Hello, Dorian here with another fucking can of worms. Alright, I've had so much to process and so many things that I need to clarify. Here, let's try this. I'm not, and I have never at any point tried to tell you how to live your life. Someone may interpret something I say as like being indirect or like insulting you as a person. No, that's not my aim here. I don't give a fuck what you do with your life. I really don't. I do not care. It affects me. It doesn't offend me. It affects me. It affects me as a person because I don't just live for my own species. Please don't take that the wrong way. I care about people too. I'm very much an emotional person, if you couldn't fucking gather that by now. I feel as though humans are so egotistical, and I mean, there are so many people out there that are like me and that think the way that I do, and then there are so many people that disagree with me or, can't make the connection that I do. I'm not saying that I'm any better or that people who think like me are any better. It's just the way things are, and nobody should be alienated for that. I've had so many people come to me and be like, how dare you make me feel this way? I'm not making you feel. Anyway, bringing light to a situation that is not okay. It's not okay no matter how many angles I've tried to I have tried to come at it in an aggressive way, which is wrong. I've been hostile about it. Yes, I agree that I have been. It bothers me. It irritates me a little bit. And I maybe come off as being radical, which I find really funny. But it's okay. It's okay if it's off-putting. It might make people uncomfortable. All I'm doing and all I'm trying to do is say there's something wrong with capturing an animal or breeding an animal to kill it, to eat it. I don't know what kind of fantasy stories people believe in. They're tortured. Their life is ended without their consent. They don't have a choice. That is my whole fucking point. I don't care what you eat and how you eat it. All I'm doing is saying there's something wrong with that picture. I don't understand who or what put us higher up on the food chain. There have been so many different justifications for it that I know there's something wrong. I mean, some people were like, well, it's okay because it's nature. And they're like, no, it's okay, it's the way we're designed. And so there's no one solid, absolute justification for what we're doing. But the one thing that I know is that murder is wrong. That is the one common thing here. This is what I see in my sights, is that this isn't right. So maybe I am coming at it the wrong way. I'm a little angry. Yeah, I am. Well, this is so unlike you, Dorian. I'm really fucking tired of stepping on eggshells around the people that are supposedly my friends, and I'm tired of walking on eggshells about who I am and like telling people I'm doing it for health reasons because it's more acceptable to say that than, you know what, I care a lot about animals because I'm seen as a fucking joke. And okay, maybe it's funny. I think it's hilarious that humans drink cow's milk. I mean, I am definitely not a saint here. I've eaten meat for most of my life. I never thought it was okay. It was just something I was culturally forced to do, and then something that people around me have been taught, like protein, you need protein, and protein, the only source of protein is meat, so you need to eat meat. You need to eat meat all the time. You need to eat meat or you will not get your dessert. That's the best kind of manipulation, isn't it? And I'm pretty upset. I mean, like, it's really a struggle for me to just have this happening. And if it's not right, it's admirable. I don't eat meat because I don't like murder. I don't like death. I don't like the thought of me eating something else's life. I don't like the thought of me eating something else's death. I don't like the thought of drinking something that an animal needed to be raped to get. Animals are not a commodity. They're not an ingredient. Maybe at one point we needed them to survive. And that's selfish, but It's something I think about, but we are at the point where we are able to evolve as a species. We are able to make the choice. We have technology and science and all this bullshit. We're capable of creating nutrients and meals from plants, different things that don't involve harming other creatures. Maybe I'm not good at wording it or being effective yet, but at least I'm being effective in some way because I'm pissing y'all off. And it's funny too, because like people like who literally had nothing to do with me for the longest time, all of a sudden I start posting stuff, being more vocal about veganism, and all of a sudden you guys pretend like you've been part of my life for such a long time. At least it's igniting some sort of emotion in you, whether it be guilt or anger or curiosity. This, ultimately, you guys have to understand, this is not about me. It never has been about me. That's the whole point. It's about billions and billions of other creatures who are so fascinating and mysterious. Their fates are decided for them. They're put into these concentration camp-like factories and tortured. You know, and I was asked today by my cousin, like, he's like, well, what about animals that live a nice life and blah, blah, blah. Rarely does that ever happen. It's not right. And there are a lot of things that are right in this world. War, I don't agree with. Ignorance, violent hate, homophobia, transphobia. I mean, we can go on for days about this, but right now, animal activism is something I feel very strongly about. And I will continue on feeling the way that I do. And I will stand up for what is right until the day I die. That is my choice. And it is your choice to live your life. But to subject other lives and harm others while doing so, no, it's not okay.